10 short. Mateo literally sitting on the moon. Ramon Arias playing second base.
It was fun going to games again. It was fun feeling the energy of the yard. And I'm ready for the next step.
They're all exciting pieces. And, I mean, you could look at a lot of lineups this year and you could really feel good about the game. And I don't think we could say that for the last few years. Go.
What's going on, everybody? It's been a while, but welcome back to episode 71 of the Talking Birdie podcast. Brad and I just played 9 holes at the golf course, and
nine and a half.
I played 7, actually. I picked up after 7 and just sat in the cart. But my golf game is, in a word,
retarded.
So, Brad, your thoughts on the, I guess, air quotes, round that we just played?
Is there a word beyond what you just said? Because if there's a word beyond that, I feel
this is us when we go swing a golf club.
I'm kind of retarded.
We're trash, bro. We have no business being out there. Like,
I was like, at one point I went back to the cart and I was like, "Yo, Brad, do you think if I like clean these clubs up real good, they'll let me return them?"
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think my roommate just ditched us because we were so bad.
I wouldn't blame him, to be honest with you.
He didn't have. He would probably tell you that he played terrible too, but he was still better than us.
Yeah, Scott's.
He's got that dog in him.
Mm-hmm. Ryan, where'd you get your clubs from?
Dick's.
Either from Dick's, okay.
Yeah,
they would probably let you return.
It's a set that they have. I'm just kidding.
I know.
I'm not actually going to return my clubs because I had a bad game. It's just, I went to the driving range like earlier this week, and I like everything but my driver I hit well. Like even the stupid 4 and 5 hybrids that my set came with, like even those I was hitting really well. And then like as soon as you get on the course, it just doesn't matter anymore.
You had a few shots you were happy with though, right?
A couple, yeah. That tee shot.
I had one.
That tee shot on that par 3 where you turn the sprinklers on, that was a good shot.
Yeah,
I can give myself that. And then
you were just off the green a little bit to the right.
Yep.
And I hit it in the bunker, but I took like 3 tries to do it.
And then and then you kept hitting. Like you hit it in the bunker. I was like, all right, it's a nice shot. Like there's a bunker right on the front of the green. And he dropped it in the bunker. I'm like, all right, cool. And then he like takes another ball out. I'm like, you're hitting another ball?
Well,
like, it's not going to get better.
No. You had already thrown me the other ball. So I was like, it's here.
Yeah, but I was telling you to pick it up. Like, pick it up on the way back because I didn't know if you knew that I threw it or not.
I was like 4 double IPAs deep at that time. I was just like, I'm just going to take my hack. And
I could tell.
I flubbed it right into the weeds in front of us. But
yep. You sure did.
I told you I'm not serious about keeping my score. I'm just trying to get as many good shots as possible. And I had one that I was happy with. One. It was the last swing of the day.
I don't know what hole it was, but I had a really good hole where it was the one where you were like, yeah, this is like the worst hole to tee off on.
4.
Really
4.
Crush it.
Yeah, 4.
And like I hit it okay. I didn't quite get the fairway, but I at least didn't slice the shit out of it. And I was I was on the rough off to the side. And I had a really terrible like dink shot that I just hit like to get the ball up the hill. And then I was like still in the rough, like, I don't know, 150, 160 yards out. And I just took my 8-iron down there and just struck it pure, dropped it right on the green.
Yeah, it was a good shot.
And then I had actually, that was the only opportunity I had for par the whole time we played. And that putt, it was like a 20 or 30 foot putt, but it was a putt for par.
Oh, dude, you just missed that.
It's so close, like this close. I was like, Brad, what's this green look like? You were like, it's gonna break left to right. And sure enough, I mean, it broke exactly how you told me to. And I think I just needed to hit it a little bit harder, and it probably would have dropped right in. And then I went back to being
retarded
every other swing that I took.
Yeah.
So
I asked Brad this question before we started recording and before you hopped on, but what is your weak and strong area of your game? Because for me, it was I can't hit with an iron to save my life, but I can do pretty well off the tee box. Brad said he can make a putt okay.
Sometimes.
If I had to say that I have a strong part of my game, and I'm not even going to call it strong, I'm just going to say it's the most consistent. And again, I'm not even going to say it is consistent, but it's the most consistent. It would be my irons.
Really?
I hit my irons decently well for an amateur that's like a 40 handicap like myself. I can't hit my driver to save my life, dude. It's one of two things happen when I swing my driver. And I was telling Brad this when we were on the course. One, I make terrible contact, extremely off the toe or extremely off the heel, and I rocket it into the woods, 50 feet away. Or the more rare occasion is I do actually make flush contact with the club face, but I slice it into the 7th dimension. Like it flies true for 50 yards maybe.
Half of it.
And then it takes a fucking hard right like the people from January 6th.
Something happens up there.
And it's never to be seen again. I mean, there's no playing it either, because it's not like I slice every time. It's just when I do happen to make good contact and I hit it hard. Like, dude, if I was hitting it straight, I'd be bombing it 300 yards. But I'm not. So these are the things that you have to come to terms with when you play golf.
Yes. So, yeah, Brad and I were talking about it's just a hard game. Like we both have succeeded pretty well in other pure sports, but it's just a hard game, man.
I can't remember who the quote was from. It was from a professional golfer. And I think it made a lot of sense. It's like the reason golf is so frustrating is because, and this is going to be, I'm paraphrasing here. This is not a direct quote because I don't remember who said it, but the reason golf is different from other sports is because you and I are never going to be able to, even a 1 in a million, like step into the box against like a major league pitcher and hit a bomb. It will simply never happen. But any amateur golfer over the course of 18 holes could hit like one pro level shot. And it's the fact that it could happen that makes you keep doing it.
Yeah.
Like like I said, with like baseball or like football. I mean, say like you, me, or Brad steps out on the fucking field and like tries to drop back and throw a pass in like an NFL game. There's no way it's going to end well for us.
I mean, if it's a check down, we might do all right.
Yeah, maybe. Sure.
Yeah.
Fine. But
I got a funny story about that, by the way, but go ahead.
No, you can go ahead. That was pretty much it.
So in a high school football game, I'm the fullback on the team, right?
Oh God, I've heard this story. This is a good one.
It's pregame against Hammond High School, and there's a bad snap.
My wife's alma mater, by the way.
Bad snap to me out of shotgun, and it was a pass play. So I was like, in a game, I'd probably just run it, but we're going through pass routes and everything. So I just rolled out, and I threw a perfect pass into the flats, perfect spiral, completed it. And the coach blows the whistle, sends the whole team to the corner, starts yelling about how we're dicking around. Got a fucking fullback throwing passes in pregame warm-ups. After the game, I only got like 5 carries that game, but I had like 50 yards. So I was averaging like 10 yards per carry. So I had a decent game, but we still lost. And apparently over the weekend, the basketball coach and the football coach must have gone out, because the basketball coach, I didn't even play on the basketball team in high school. The basketball coach, one of my teammates, goes into his class on Monday, says, "Hey, Chaz, I heard about Wandell." Just like a passing motion. He's like, So apparently over the weekend, the head coach was blaming me single-handedly for dicking around in pregame warm-ups.
And for the entire loss.
And that's why we lost, yeah.
And to be clear, this all happened because the center can't snap, and he snapped it to you instead of the QB, right?
Correct. But he said, "I got a fucking fullback throwing passes in pregame warm-ups, man." And good pass. I made a good pass.
God, dude, football coaches are a different breed, bro.
They're insane.
I,
Even
I
my high school was like we won like 3 games over my 4 years in high school. It's still a nut job.
my high school was a juggernaut when I was there.
Old
They
Miller,
won,
right? Yeah.
yeah, they won two 4A state titles in my 4 years in high school,
Oh wow.
and I attended both games because they always played the Maryland state football games, or at the
M&T
state
Banks.
championships are always at M&T Bank Stadium, and
Yeah.
you can go and buy tickets and stuff. And the one game, I think they won my sophomore and my senior year. Sophomore year, it was like we just kicked the shit out of this team that we played. It was not close. Game was over at halftime. And then the ones my senior year, we were actually down, I think, by like 4 touchdowns at halftime. And came back and won an OT.
Wow.
Damn.
It was like I don't care how many NFL games I see in my life. That's the best football game I've ever watched.
That's awesome.
Guaranteed. Yep.
Our team was so bad that we actually never passed the ball. Like we only ran. That's how bad.
I mean, that's
Division III
not
Michigan
uncommon.
football.
A lot of high school teams don't throw the ball very often, if at all.
Yeah. We actually broke our school's passing record that year, and we went 1-9. My senior year. Wow. I was a fullback. I was 5th on the team in receiving, but I was still top 20. Yeah! But I was still top 20 in the county in receiving yards. And we went 1-9.
As a fullback.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah, because I got the checkdowns basically.
And then you just trucked people.
Yeah.
I can see Brad being an absolute monster on a football field. Just the way you're built. You're stockier guy.
Back in the day, maybe. Now I got bad knees. I'm 33. I can't move as well as I used to. Now I just want to swing a softball bat, which right now I'm like, I might not be as good as I used to with that either, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes going forward.
It's all caving in.
Speaking of softball, my power is coming around a little bit, just in time for the season to end, of course. But
right,
I did rip a double off the wall in my last game.
Oh boy,
I felt good.
Yeah,
that was in the air, right? Off the wall.
Yes. Okay. Off the wall on the fly. Like I said, the umpire, like I told you, Josh, the umpire, like I hit it and he was like, "Oh, that one's out of here," or like that's gone, or something like that. And then, I mean, even as slow as I am, if I'd have ran out of the box, I would have easily had a triple. But I watched it because I really thought I finally had gotten enough of it.
Bro was lollygagging.
Yeah, I kind of just did like this thing down the line, and then it hit the wall. I was like, "Fuck!" Put my head down. I ran a second. I wasn't even gonna try to stretch it to 3 because, I mean, you don't want to be out after a hit like that.
No.
Yeah.
I got into one in my second at bat too, but at that point they were like, "Oh, this guy crushed one over our heads the first time. We're gonna play with our backs to the wall. So the only way it gets down is if he hits it over the fence." And I didn't. I hit it like kind of to the track, and the guy just camped under it and caught it.
That sucks.
And then we were beating the shit out of this team, and we were last at bat. And I think it's like after 3 or 4 innings, if a team is winning by 10, that's kind of when the slaughter rule is called. And we had like first and third, no outs or 1 out. And the ump, like I stepped in the box and the ump was like, "All right, man, we just need to sacrifice fly. We can go home." And I was like, "All right." And then I just ripped a single through the hole. Run scored. I didn't even get to first base. And the ump was like, "Game over."
Bro wants to leave.
Yeah, he was fed all the way up because, I mean, we were beating the brakes off that team.
And your season's over, right, Ryan?
We still have playoffs. We were supposed to play yesterday, but we got rained out because it's been just dumping fucking water in Maryland the last couple of days. It's supposed to rain again tomorrow, I think.
I think it's raining here now. Yeah, I think so.
I don't mind. We really need it, and personally, I like the rain a lot. So.
Oh yeah, it's like a gloomy day is so underrated.
Like
gloomy fall day.
Like I embraced my inner white bitch the other night. Like we had a thunderstorm roll through, and it was, I don't know, like 10 o'clock at night, and I just like went on the porch with like a cup of tea and just sat on the porch and enjoyed the rain like I said, just absolute basic white bitch status.
That's like some Midwest stuff right there. You know, I used to do that.
Dude, I love it.
Sit there and watch the cars go by in the rain.
I love it.
So you end the season with 0 home runs. So
I mean, unless I hit a bomb in the playoffs, yeah.
in the playoffs, yes. Okay. I'm sorry to hear that.
It's all right. I don't mind.
I gotta stop pitching, dude. Like we played we had like 4 games straight. I was only able to go to 2 of them, but I started the first game. I showed up like 10 minutes before the game too because I had some other stuff going on. And he was like, "Oh, by the way, you're pitching." I was like, "Oh, cool. Let me warm up in about 7 minutes." Did that. I walked like 6 batters over 3 innings. Like
Oh man.
my whip is terrible, but I only gave up 1 run in 3 innings, so we did pretty good. We take those. My whip was like 2.3, I think, for that game. It's bad.
Brother.
I think the first 6 innings of that game, our team had walked the first batter of each inning on 4 straight pitches, every single inning until the 7th. Never seen anything like it. I was responsible for a lot of those.
How many innings did you throw?
I started the 4th. I walked the batter, and they were like, "Yeah, get out of here." But my arm, like, I don't know what I need to do. Like, I haven't done a throwing program in my life. Like, I'm out of shape.
You just need to strengthen your arm, man.
Yeah,
that's it. It's all you can do.
Like, I'll pitch those 3 innings. Like, I probably threw 70 pitches, maybe not even that. And for 4 days, my arm just dead. And when I played the Wednesday game, I couldn't even throw from right field to center field in the pre-inning warmups without like insane pain. And of course, the first inning, you know, I had like 8 singles out to right field that I had to throw to the cutoff man. There goes my arm. Oh, brutal.
Yeah, I saw this like video on Instagram. It was like some baseball coach that posts reels and stuff, and he's like, yeah, you're not injured. Like if your arm hurts when you're throwing and not anything else, he's like, you're not injured. You just have a weak arm.
Yeah.
So
that's me.
Like, oh, you just need to yeah. And because I started getting worried because when you came down and we were throwing a lot, and me and Jake play catch all the time now, like my arm will really hurt, like to the point where I've had to like ice my elbow after we've come back in because it just hurts so bad. And I started to get concerned. And then of course, because you know, Instagram's algorithm is hardwired into your fucking brain. It was like, don't worry, your arm's not messed up. It's just weak. And I was like, thank you, Instagram. Very cool.
Thank you, IG pitching coaches. Glad to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I might not even pitch next year. I'll have to play it by ear. Like, I want to lift a little bit this offseason.
Sounds like they probably don't want you pitching either Mr. Walks a lot.
I want to go down to Double-A. So, like, in this league, you basically just have to throw strikes, but I want to go play a league down because I want to play shortstop and, you know, have fun at those positions a little bit, get out of comfort zone. But they prioritize the college guys because, you know, they play meaningful baseball still at that point of their life, so they get the reps. But I don't know. It's just me and this one other guy who's like 33 years old. He's a surgeon in Pittsburgh, and we're the 2 old guys. I'm 23. I'm the old guy.
Yeah. So old.
But anyway, we do an Orioles podcast.
We sure do. Well, that's what the people don't listen to hear us talk about the O's. They listen to us talk about dumb shit like golf.
That's what separates us.
Yeah, of course. Everybody else would be like, guys, we're getting off topic here.
Talk about Ryan O'Hearn's hot month of June.
Yeah. I mean, we do kind of have
We're going to.
That dude is raking right now.
I'm a big fan of Ryan O'Hearn, bro.
I am too. I am as well. He's got some serious swagger too, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like he bat flipped on Sean Armstrong the other day. It was beautiful.
I love it.
It was so good. I mean, nothing beats the one that he did off of Jordan Romano, but
yeah,
one
that
off
was a nice
Armstrong was hilarious. We need to especially talk about the Orioles just absolutely shitting all over Tyler Glasnow.
That was nice.
Dude, Devin texted me during that game. He was like, I think Glasnow is tipping pitches. I was like, maybe he's just ass, bro.
Have you ever considered that he's bad?
Yeah. I was like, don't say he's tipping pitches when he hung a slider to Aaron Hicks. Like, come on, man.
That was definitely his worst start out of the last 5. 6 earned runs to the Orioles, 3 to Oakland. That should be call for
I mean,
promotion.
that's essentially 7 runs to anybody else.
I don't know, man. They're hot. They got kind of hot for a bit.
They did.
No, the Reds are hot right now, dude. 11 straight wins.
Yeah.
The NL Central's confusing.
I
Texas
don't.
6 innings, 1 earned run. Boston 1 earned run, but Dodgers hit him for 3.
I don't know the NL Central's that confusing. I think the Reds, now that they're calling up some of their talent, they're just going to win.
Yeah, crazy to see a team that does that, right? But the Cardinals are in last place. How does that? They haven't done it all this year.
It's
Don't count
almost
them.
like it doesn't matter.
Which part? All of it.
Like just the whole like, oh, call up minor leaguers and you'll just stonks. Like it doesn't matter.
Matter for the Reds.
How does that? I mean, it's one thing if you think that, but the Reds are not a very good example of that opinion.
No, but any team can get hot for a little bit. They're
I
still
mean, when you
bad.
replace Matt McClain or when you replace Kevin Newman and Jose Barrero with Eli De La Cruz and Matt McClain, your team's probably going to
Did you just
improve.
call him Eli? Is that actually how you pronounce it? It's not Ellie.
I've heard both. Is it Ellie or Eli? I don't know.
Ellie.
No, literally, no one has ever spelled Eli Elly.
Ellie. It's Ellie for sure,
It
bro.
has to be Ellie.
We just lose Josh. Did he just
Where did
die?
Josh go?
Back.
Hiding in shame and dismay.
I didn't see you move. Like I took my eyes off the camera of my
Oh, I
screen
didn't know you just looked away.
for a second, and then I looked back and you were just gone.
Anyways,
You're
that was
welcome.
good.
I strongly disagree with that take. If you call up talented players, they might struggle for a little bit, but if you have dog shit players in their place, say Adam Frazier, then I think it'll work out well for you.
We're getting to this segment later, Brad, but I'll allow Ryan to do the recaps over the last couple of weeks here. I think it's been 2 weeks since our last one.
Yeah, we've missed a little bit of time, so we got a little bit more to cover as far as the series. O's came back from a road trip, wiped the floor with Kansas City as we kind of expected them to. I expected 2 out of 3. They won all 3, so no complaints about that. Took 2 out of 3 from Toronto. Get fucked, Blue Jays. Never going to complain about that. That series in Chicago against the Cubs was nothing to write home about. Thankfully, they did avoid the sweep, and they won the Sunday game. That was a pretty good one.
Christopher Morel torched us series.
Yeah, there's always one.
Sunday wins hit different, man. Sunday wins hit different. I had a long drive back from PA that day. It had been a long weekend, so I at least got to bask in the joy of winning, even though it was a bad series, winning that game that day.
Yeah, I mean, it still feels good. I felt the same way with the Texas series. You know, they got kind of ass blasted those first 2 games, but I went to the Sunday game with my wife and my dad, and it was just, I mean, they won. It was a great time, but yeah, they still won. They still lost 2 out of 3, but you know,
all the same in the record books.
Yep. And just want to point out too, the Orioles still have not been swept since Adley's been called up. In the Adley Rutschman era, they have not been swept a single time.
Oh, if you call up a good player, you can avoid getting swept for over a year.
When you replace Anthony Bemboom with Adley Rutschman, those kind of things happen.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And just recently, as of yesterday, for whatever reason, I'm guessing it's the new schedule. I don't know why we played a fucking 2-game midweek series against the Rays. That was weird.
And then we're off again today.
Yeah, 2 off days this week, which is fine. Like rest the bullpen and shit. But
they need it.
Yeah, they won the first game, like we were talking about earlier. They jumped all over Tyler Glasnow. It was beautiful to see. I don't like that guy. I don't know why. Maybe
it's because he looks like Cillian Murphy.
Did you see that picture going around where it was actually Cillian Murphy's head photoshopped on the Glasnow's body?
You can't even tell the difference. Like it's insane. It's uncanny.
It really is. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like him. He seems like a dick. It's just my reading of the
Just
situation.
ever
But
since I saw that video of him during like the pandemic, he was wearing like his warm up gear or whatever, but he was just like teaching pitches on Twitter a little bit, and just the way he was talking and like the way he presented himself, I was like, you're a douchebag for some reason. I just don't. Nothing he said gave any sort of, you know, validation to that, but just my feeling.
sometimes it's just vibes, bro.
Sometimes just vibes.
Um, but yeah, I think what they score 6 or 7 runs off of six.
I think it was
Six
six.
runs,
Yeah.
6 runs off of Glass now. The Aaron Hicks home run, Santander home runs, all absolutely shit on baseballs. By the way, not a single cheapy home run was hit
No.
in that game. So I mean, yeah, you and I talked about this a little, Josh. Like, you can't really complain about a split against that team in their stadium. I think they were like 31-7 at home going into that series, something stupid like that. So they got a win there, and mainly, they didn't lose any ground.
Yep.
So
I don't even have my mind on winning the division, dude. Just give me a wild card. Just give me a wild
I
card.
don't either, but it's possible. I mean, it's not like they're 10 games up.
Royals are up on the Rays right now, 6-5 in the ninth, baby. Let's
That's what
go.
I was just going to check. Yeah.
Yeah.
They could still blow it, but
it's not insurmountable. That's why I'm always going to keep it on the table if it's possible. If the Rays were, 10 games up right now, I'd say, yeah, we're not catching them. But were they 4 games back?
5.
It's not much.
It's 5 now. Yeah.
It's not impossible. I just don't expect the Rays to lose that much. That's all.
I just keep hanging my head on how overperforming their offense is right now. Like Taylor Walls is their best hitter right now.
Taylor Walls did the same thing Mateo did to start the season, but he's kind of sustained it a little bit better.
A little bit better, yeah. He's Mateo's what 500 something OPS since the start of May. It might be less than that.
Much less than that, actually.
Oh, it might be in the 300s, I think.
It's in the 300s.
Sorry for giving them a little credit. Yeah, Walls has at least kept like league average pace since then, I think.
Yeah. Oh, and McClanahan got pulled from the game early today, left with a trainer.
Interesting.
Let's go Royals. These O's ain't royal, baby.
These O's ain't royal.
I remember fucking 2014 me being so upset at Jeremy Guthrie for that.
I don't care about that stuff, dude. I don't care.
Well, I was a child then, so.
Yeah.
Luke Raley is currently the Rays' best hitter, 159 OPS plus over 56 games. Yeah. Who is that?
That's gonna keep going. It's gonna keep up.
That's sustainable. Sure. He's an Ohio guy, though. I gotta be a little sympathetic.
No, piss off.
I'm sorry. You feel that way. This puts the O's at 10-7 in June. I guess that's what you kind of expect. Yeah, like what me and Ryan were talking about over text is like, this is pretty common knowledge, I guess, for most people, but you just got to beat the bad teams. And if you can split against the good teams like we did against the Rays, you probably find yourself in the playoffs.
Bro.
What are you looking at?
What the fuck is Luke Raley's Savant page?
Can you screen share it?
Yeah. Hold on, I need to pull up Zoom again.
This is the first time hearing of him this season. Like, literally had no idea he was on the Rays.
All right.
Damn.
Wow. Like, guys like that are just popping up. Like, if you search Jack Suwinski on the Pirates, his is almost the exact same.
The most interesting part of that is he's all red except for K rate, which tells me it confirms my viewpoint that K rate is irrelevant. If you can fucking produce, I don't care if you strike out a lot.
Jesus. Suwinski just straight up does not swing at pitches outside the zone.
Yeah, him and Gunnar have similar like offensive profiles.
Again,
they just keep missing those pitches in the zone, but they don't chase outside the zone.
He's all red except for K rate. Like, who cares how much you make contact if you do damage when you do?
His expected batting average isn't very good, though. I mean,
because he only hits some bombs.
He's getting a little bit lucky.
Meanwhile, Adam Frazier is one of the best at not striking out. He's got a 668 OPS.
Let's look at Frazier's Savant page.
It ain't good.
It's not good.
Other than the K rate.
He's not even like that good of a defender this year, I don't think.
No.
He's so blue. Oof. He's blue, Baba.
No. He's cold, Papa.
He's like,
Mateo.
He's like one of the worst players in the league, except for he doesn't strike out.
Come on, I know you want to do it.
Of course you know I want to do it. I do it almost every day.
Every day, bro.
I only get serotonin in my brain from seeing the circles get bluer.
Oh, I meant that's cold, Baba. This too.
Oh.
That's ugly, man.
You know what? Screen sharing might
you can only do one or the other.
Nullify the sound because I've done it twice now.
To no reaction.
Yeah.
Look at that.
It's so fucking.
Look at all that blue. Doesn't need much help.
God. Yeah, that's terrible.
And there's people still like, it doesn't matter. Shortstop's not an offensive position. Shut up.
Does if you guys have guys who can hit.
Yeah, I don't. Where did this come from? This idea that because you play a certain position, you should just be allowed to not hit.
You should just be allowed to be a black hole at the bottom of the lineup. What was that tweet? I'm looking for it right now. The same guy replied to me and our buddy. I think his name's Stan. Sterling.
I could see that argument if you didn't have viable replacements.
Can you though? I can't.
This guy goes, O's once had a shortstop who barely batted 220 his whole career. We heard the same thing a lot.
Also, who is he talking about?
Mark Bellinger. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, from like what, the fucking 80s or something? Or
he played in the 70s.
70s? Like
played a little bit into the 80s. He's the second highest D-WAR accumulator of all time.
Who cares?
Okay, so
but yeah, his offensive numbers
you
were
can
bad.
you cannot hit too much when you're the second highest D-WAR player of all time. That means you're actually legitimately insane as a defender.
Even then, give me a fucking hitter.
Yeah. I'm just saying nobody else thinks like that.
Right? I don't care if you're the number one D-WAR player of all time. Give me a fucking hitter.
Ozzie Smith was number one of all time. Mark Bellinger acquired 41 career WAR basically just on defense. That is insane.
Also, Josh, I have something for you.
Give it.
He's cold, Baba.
He's cold, Baba.
Here's my beef with WAR. How does Adam Frazier have a 668 OPS and he's, what would it say? He's in the second percentile on outs above average and he has a positive WAR? How does that make sense?
It's positional too. And sometimes, Baseball Reference WAR is not calculated the same as other ones. So they don't use outs above average on Baseball Reference. They use DRS.
Oh, so
I couldn't tell you the difference. I just know that they're
different outlets have different ways of calculating WAR.
Every site that you get a WAR thing from, they're going to calculate it differently than another site.
Then Fangraphs does their own. Fangraphs and Baseball Reference kind of lead the way. ESPN has one too. I've never seen anyone use it,
which is exactly why I think WAR is fucking stupid.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, among many reasons.
And I am I'm pretty into like the advanced metrics and stuff, but WAR doesn't make sense to me.
No, I just use it as a general metric. Like, if he has high WAR, it must mean that he's doing at least decent. Let me at least like dive a little deeper to find out, but you can kind of get a quick general view of how someone's playing based on that. That's the only utility for it to me.
But how do you have
is a lot like Brad, you'll know. WAR is a lot like PFF grades.
Yeah.
When they give you the outcome that you want to see, you're like, how about that WAR, guys? But when they don't say what you want them to say, it's like, it's just WAR though. Like fucking.
I do it with Mountcastle all the time because the first baseman WAR projections are so brutal to them for no reason.
You have to hit. You literally have to be Aaron Judge. to play first base and have a positive WAR.
Pete Alonso's like 50 WAR season was only, or I mean 50 homer season was only worth like I think 3 WAR or something like that.
Yeah,
you'd have to double check that for me, but
it's so stupid.
It's absolutely stupid. It's so brutal, and there's no defensive like advantages. Like Mountcastle had a great defensive year last year, and I don't think he got hardly any D-WAR for it, if any.
He was like 90 plus percentile in whatever metric Savant uses. Josh, I'm just now realizing you kind of look a little bit like Rhino Hearn.
Bro Hearn. He has a much more Chadley face than me.
He does. He does. Yeah. He's like if you guys were like Pokemon evolutions.
Ooh, that's a good.
You're like the middle evolution. You evolve, and when you get to level 36, you evolve into a Rhino Hearn.
It probably doesn't help that I'm wearing the same hat as his baseball reference page. Did you know Ryan O'Hearn went to the same college as Colton Cowser?
Sam Houston State.
Brother.
Speaking of O'Hearn, I actually kind of want to see what his Savant page looks like. It's got to be good, right?
He might not qualify.
He's got like over 100 plate appearances. He has to qualify.
He has 91 ABs.
Okay.
98 plate appearances.
He doesn't qualify. I hate everything.
He's like 55 sprint speed, 55 max exit velo.
Yep.
Okay. I looked at it today. So. We are insufferable.
That makes me sad. I really wanted to see that. What's Adley's look like? His was insane last year.
I think it's a little worse this year, but it's still pretty good. I could be wrong. Savant's so fun. It's a bottomless pit.
It's pretty fucking good, man.
Screen share?
Yep. It's pretty fucking good. The only thing I would say he's lacking in is average exit velo.
He hasn't been as good of a defender this year either. From at least early on, he wasn't. I think he's picked it up a little bit, but
Savant says he is.
So he's picked it up.
Hey Josh, your boy Grady Dick just got drafted to the Toronto Raptors. Just wanted to give you an update on that.
What's that, like 8th overall?
13th.
13. Oh, tough. He fell a little bit. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And like I hate average exit velo because it's like guys like Adley who don't strike out that much and always put the ball in play for the most part. They suffer from it. Like Luis Arise, who has a 400 batting average, is like first percentile.
Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ.
Shohei. He's hot right now. Look at that. Past sizzling. 50 plate appearances.
Dude, look, his fucking WOBA is like the stonks thing. It's just straight up.
It stonks. Dogecoin in January 2021.
Oh man, the good old days back when life was good.
Look at this expected win thing for the Mariners and Yankees.
What's the score of that one?
10-0. Seattle in the 7th.
Brutal.
Bottom 9, KC and
down to their last out.
Tampa.
Down to their last out.
Oh, a great activity for you guys if you're ever bored on Savant. Just go find guys that you know hit a lot of home runs and just go find the farthest little dot from home plate and just watch the videos. It's so fun.
Yeah. I do love that. I'm gonna look at Gunners again.
Machado has some beauties because he's basically played his whole career since Savant started.
Mm-hmm.
Tampa Bay down to their last strike. Sorry, go ahead.
Who's batting? Does it say, Brad?
What did you say? Who's batting?
Yeah.
Isak Paredes with a runner on first down, 1-2 count.
He hit one over Crawford's corner this past week in the Bass series. Brutal. Is this the Utah Street guy?
Yes.
That one he hit the other night in Tampa was a bomb. Last night, dead center in the bottom of the top of the ninth.
Look at whoever this guy is. He's like, holy fuck.
Is that Bro Hearn?
No, I don't think so.
It's hard to tell from here.
Look at this guy. He's like this cornholio right here. With the hoodie on.
Cornholio.
Look at this lady. She's like, Jesus Christ. I love freeze frames.
Mateo sitting on the bench like a loser. Look at him. Not even excited for his boy.
Oh my God, he's not. Look at him. He's sulking.
Hey, youngins, I just wanted to give a Baseball Tonight update. Kansas City 6-5 Tampa.
Final.
6-5 over Tampa. fun.
Let's go half
Love
game.
this.
We didn't even play today.
Love to see it.
Beautiful.
Love to see it.
Can you go to Austin Hayes' real quick?
Absolutely, I
Because
can.
Austin Hayes currently leads the AL in
I
batting
looked at it not
average.
long ago, and it's not as good as I expected it to be.
It's really not, but I mean, there's some good stuff in there. But
Yeah.
Austin Hayes currently leads the AL in batting average.
Mm-hmm.
He is currently by OPS plus the Orioles' best hitter. Who'd have thought? Probably wasn't going to be me.
882 OPS.
I mean, we knew he could do this if he stayed healthy, but it's the first half of the season, and he did this shit to us last year. So
This is what I want to show.
Corb.
Brad, have you seen this? Have you seen Corbin Carroll's Savant page?
No,
Look at that shit.
That's
pretty
nice.
impressive.
Yeah.
He's like 5'8" or something too. I don't think 5'10's accurate.
He's you're like wrong. I know him. He's
Wrong.
not that tall.
Alec Thomas is a short king.
I know. I love Alec Thomas. I'm so glad they called him back up.
He's been mashing too.
This is a
Call
Diamondbacks
us.
podcast now.
Like, how can you tell me that Alec Thomas is taller than Corbin Carroll? There's no way. He's 5'11". No, Alec Thomas is 5'9" in cleats.
Why are you happy they called him up?
We like Alec Thomas.
I like Alec Thomas a lot,
but he's a minor leaguer. He's a bum.
but he's been up since last
week.
They
yeah.
sent him down. They sent him down earlier this year. He's actually a
My
major
Bro
leaguer
collection.
Now.
Don't look at that.
I was trying to find a good picture to compare to you. I forgot I was sharing my screen. All right, I'm gonna stop now.
Ryan O'Hearn looks like he'd be a firefighter if he wasn't a baseball player.
Absolutely. He looks like he'd end up in like one of those those calendars that they do for women where he's like shirtless and he's holding a fire hose like this right there.
Doesn't look that good on you.
Yeah, well, it's not supposed to.
So true. Anyway, in conclusion, love Ryan O'Hearn.
Yes.
Last note I had for the last couple weeks here, Mullins and Mont finishing up rehab assignments. That Norfolk lineup has been insane the last couple nights. I can read you some of their accolades. So the starting 9 in the pitcher here. Leadoff hitter was Mullins, 2021 MLB All-Star. This is a Ruiz tweet, by the way. The second batter, Mountcastle, 2021 AL Outstanding Rookie. The third hitter was the 2021 number 5 pick, Colton Cowser. 4 was the 2020 number 30 pick. Number 5 or 5th was the 2020 number 2 pick, Heston. 6th was the 2021 second round pick. 7th was the 2021 Cuban batting champ. 8th was the 2020 second round pick. 9th was the 2019 6th round pick. I believe that was Joey Ortiz. And then pitching was Grayson, 2018 11th overall. So that lineup could beat the A's.
How could it be Joey Ortiz when he's in Baltimore?
Oh, then who's 2019 6th round pick? Is that
Ortiz was a 4th rounder.
He was a 4th rounder.
Yeah.
Then who's 9th? I don't know.
Hold on, I'll do it.
Must look at the roster.
Or I can just look at the 2019 Orioles draft.
I think they are equal in time.
Nope. 6th round pick was Maverick Hanley.
Oh, okay. Someone had to be back there.
Yeah.
Still, an insane lineup. They would probably beat Oakland and Kansas City. In a
Doubt.
3-game set.
Press X to doubt.
Press X to doubt with Mullins and Mont.
I mean, maybe with Mullins and Mont, but
minor leaguers are losers.
Yes. I'm glad you're finally starting to come around, Brad.
Hell yeah! All of them suck.
They're all bad.
Don't ever call them up. I hate them.
Yes, finally.
I'm trying to think.
Extend Frazier and Mateo.
Well,
they're so good.
Let's not get crazy.
Next note I had was fan base starting to turn on Mateo. Why did it take so long? Because we're surrounded by fools sometimes. But Josh Lester's still on this roster. Friendly reminder.
I don't care about that, honestly. he's irrelevant. He's a stand-in for now, so it doesn't bother me. He's not good, that's for sure. But it just doesn't bother me too much.
Like, you're not mad about O'Hearn like getting shots even like before we knew he was good, because he's done it before, and spring ball looked good. He was good in Norfolk for a little bit, and then he got up here and mashed.
Still mashing. Oh, sorry. Still mashing.
I'm just annoyed by early on in the season they would still platoon Henderson against lefties, but Mateo just gets free reign to bat against righties. Still does.
Yep.
Yeah, but he's a major leaguer.
Yeah, he's right. That bat belongs here.
So he's good.
Ooh, I didn't have a section for the drafting. And then I wanted thoughts on platooning Mountcastle and O'Hearn when Mont comes back.
Honestly, I wouldn't care if Ryan O'Hearn takes over the starting first base job.
Mont's had a rough couple weeks.
He's been really fucking bad, dude.
Oh yeah, like indefensible.
I don't know.
Stan.
Same. I don't know how long that vertigo's been bothering him, so I'm willing to accept that is possibly part of it. But my God, dude,
his Savant page is still pretty good, but it was good last year, and his final numbers were not.
Dude, like his OPS, I think, is under 700.
I think he's in the sixes, yeah.
And that's simply unacceptable for a player of his profile. It's just it's not acceptable.
We can't be double standard when it comes to Mateo. Like, I'll crap on him for bad months and being just a bad choice for that position, but we can't. I can't say the same. I have to say the same about Mountcastle too.
But I should add, we can't say anything bad about Frazier because he's a good clubhouse guy.
Okay, honestly, this is a serious question, Brad. Who the fuck actually says that? Because I've seen it said
so many people.
Because I've seen it said sarcastically a ton of times.
You gotta get off Orioles Facebook, man.
Yeah, you really do.
So many people.
You really do. It's literally only the people on Facebook that say that, because even then, I don't see it.
So many people.
I would like you to provide examples to back up your claims.
I do see it on. I see it on Twitter too. Okay, hold up. I'll pull it up. I can't even remember that one fucking guy's name.
Okay, but okay, I understand you probably see it commonly on Facebook, but do you see it commonly on Twitter too? Because I feel Josh and I are both very, very plugged in.
Alex talking at the end of the bar.
Oh, that guy's retarded.
Huge Frazier fan. Huge Frazier fan. There's one.
I mean, okay. All right, fine.
There's a couple out there, but there's always, I'm a McKenna guy. Like, no one else is a McKenna guy. There's a couple of us
out there. You have no idea what I've been through with the fucking Frazier cult. They exist. They're fucking real. And they're the worst people on the fucking planet.
Brad is like full on Alex Jones right now.
I was gonna say, put your tinfoil hat back on.
The fucking Frazier cult.
What was the Alex Jones video?
They're putting chemicals in the water to turn them into fucking Frazier fans.
There's no video of Donald Trump sucking a ding dong. I've never sucked any ding dongs.
Then what did he say? He was like, "I bet if the country was in danger,
if they were trying to blackmail me and saying that I sucked a ding dong, I'd say, well, yeah, I sucked a golf ball through a garden hose."
And the other guys just said,
"Yeah, the other guy's just like,
it's Owen Schroyer."
Yeah, he's
got some good ones too, but
oh god,
that's incredible. I ain't never seen a video of Adam Frazier sucking a ding dong.
I'm posting this in the Orioles group, by the way, right now. They're putting chemicals in the water to turn them into friggin' Frazier fans.
You gotta at least include a picture of Alex Jones so people will like kind of get it.
Latch on, yeah. Mental cues.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. All right, I will.
Can you?
Mountcastle and Mateo have like almost the same split or the slash line right now.
I can't find the Ding Dongs video on YouTube.
Didn't I send the link to you?
Yeah, but it's on my phone.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It's good though.
I have so many photos clogging up my storage this week because of that fucking fan draft in AFC North War Room that I was telling you about. Oh my god, I'm getting
You
so
should
many
you should
up.
definitely tell Josh about that in a second after I play this clip.
Okay.
There's no video of President Trump sucking a ding dong. And so what if there was? That's a lot better than World War III, Owen. I never sucked any ding dongs. But I'll tell you, if they were going to blackmail me to start World War III about one, I'd say, hey, I sucked a golf ball through a freaking garden hose. Didn't you already tell Der Spiegel that? No, the son of a bitch.
Okay.
He's a treasure, man. He's amazing. Just filling air. All right. What's Brad's story here?
Okay, so AFC North War Room is a primary football trash talk group that I'm in, and I've seen them do this for years, but I've never been tagged in to participate. 1 week during the summer every year, they do what's called the fan draft, where there's someone that's a GM that represents every team, and they draft people who are not fans of that team to humorously represent that team for 1 week in that group and pretend to be fans. So I have created a character of the biggest. I got drafted by the Bengals, and that's so much material for that, bro. Because they have the biggest fucking bandwagon fan base. They all started fucking watching them in 2021, and all of them are fucking useless pieces of shit. So I created I created myself a character to play in that group for the week of a 33-year-old from Louisiana who's been a Bengals fan since 2021. And I used to be a Saints fan, but when Jamar Chase joined Joe Burrow, I hopped on the Bengals. And I can't watch a lot of games because Dad lets me play PlayStation 3 Legend of Zelda tournaments on Sundays. So I miss a lot of them.
You know what's really funny about that is you cannot play The Legend of Zelda on a PlayStation 3.
Okay, well,
it's physically impossible.
Nobody's called me on it yet. Nobody's called me on it yet. And I complain constantly that Dad won't buy me round trip airfare and tickets to go see Joe Burrow play. And when they tell me to get a job and pay for it myself, I say there aren't any in this town unless you want to work 40 hours a week. Yeah. Oh, and the best part is the fact that the Bengals haven't ever won a Super Bowl, but they've gone to the Super Bowl 3 times. And I flex that as 3 championships in the Super Bowl era because they won the AFC championship 3 times. People get so riled up on that. I'm like, how many championships have the Ratbirds won in the Super Bowl era? Just 2. Granted, they've only been around since '96, and they won the Super Bowl both times. But yeah, 3 Super Bowl era championships, baby. So
it's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with that. That ends on Sunday night, but yeah, my phone storage is clogged up like a motherfucker from all the pictures I've been saving of AFC championship rings. And I made my profile picture the Bengals mascot, and there's this guy, the mechanic at work, says to me on like Monday or Tuesday, he's like, what was the picture that you posted this weekend? I was like, which one? He's like, some giant teddy bear. So I had to explain to this 70-year-old dude who doesn't follow sports the concept of the fan draft, and I felt so fucking silly doing it. He was like, oh, okay, so who's your real favorite team? You like the Orioles, right? I was like, well, yes, I do, Cliff, but that's baseball.
He's a little confused, but he's got the spirit.
He was like trying to support me in the activity that I was doing. He's like, okay, but you like the Orioles? And I'm like, yeah, but that's baseball, Cliff. This is the NFL. This is football.
You kids spend time on everything these days.
Yeah. So that's the social media activity that I'm, and there's 9 other people on it with me, and the fake Bengals fans are fucking hilarious this week, dude. The videos people are posting. And I'm threatening to report because so the thing that we do in that group when we're trolling Bengals fans is that we intentionally call Joe Burrow Joe Burrows and act like we don't know his actual fucking name because the new Bengals fans get fucking pissed off about that. So I'm threatening to report anyone who puts an S at the end of Burrow's name and getting like super pissed off about it. And one guy kept calling him Burrows in the comments section, so I posted a picture of a smashed TV. And he actually like genuinely felt bad because he thought I was like a mentally ill person. He really affected by. So I actually ended up DMing that guy. I was like, dude, it's a joke. You're fine, man. Just fucking around. He was like, oh, dude, I didn't know it was affecting you, this man. I'm so sorry. I waved the white flag. I was like, I DM'd him so I wouldn't break character in the group, but I was like, dude, you're good, man.
Oh my gosh. It's hilarious. All right. Well, next segment, unless you guys have more to add on the actual roster stuff, we'll do fantasy. So final scores here. Third place was 98.3. Second place is 160.74. First place is 186.6. So kind of a close one there between the top two. Third place, drum roll please, Brad. Austin Hayes carried your entire team. He had 50 points. Holiday had 32.3.
Hell yeah!
Hudson Haskin Mustard 5 points on his first 2 weeks there in Norfolk. And Gene Pinto did not get a win, so therefore he was basically a useless pitcher. He got you 11 points.
It's a tsunami!
It's a tsunami. Anyway, Ryan took second, 167.
Fuck.
Tough. You had a great all-around team here. Henderson got you 44.2. Kerstad's first week and a half in Norfolk got 36.04. Basayo got 31.5, and Grayson won 2 games down there and had a ton of Ks, so he got you 49 points, but it was not enough.
And then he pulls out.
Love that one. I had Adley. He got me 34.2 points. Kobe Mayo is the highest scorer over that span of time. He got 67.1 points. Tyler Wells got 2 wins, so 45 points. And Judd Fabian was 40.3 points, newly promoted to AA. I ended with 186.6. So
you're talking about 6 inches now. That's a lot.
Oh, it's my favorite. It's my favorite.
I know you like that one.
I do like that one. Even though the audio is still messed up, it's okay. All right, Let me just get our setup here for the next one, and we can get going. I can't remember once again, but does the winner pick first or last?
Bro, how does it work in real life? If you win a title, do you pick first the next year?
I just couldn't remember how we did it the first time, and I know I messed up, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm surprised you don't remember messing it up because you did it to bully me, which you do so frequently.
You earned it.
I earned it?
I don't know. Anyway, Bradley, our last place guy.
Nice to you, Joshua.
First pick, Brad.
Give me Gunnar Henderson.
Gun.
It's bullshit.
Rin.
You can put it on the board!
Sorry, I was working on that one before you said my name.
Oh, okay.
I'll take Austin Hayes.
Excellent choice. I want Tyler Wells. Or no, I can't take Tyler Wells again. Shit. Give me Grayson.
Ah.
Bradley.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah.
Give me the Jordan Westberg.
Gotta stay to the brand.
Yep.
You mean the Jordog? The Jordog doesn't even play for the Orioles anymore.
Jordan.
Wait, who? Who are you talking about?
Jordan Lyles.
We always called him Jord. We always called him Jordog.
God, I hate that guy. He fucking. He's back to his fucking true form now.
They've lost every single game he started this year.
I will say he had one of the best years of his career last year. He was still well below average, but
he was still not good. That's the funniest part.
but like by his standards, he was really good.
He
Yeah,
just
he was
throw
fantastic.
120 pitches and get into like the seventh inning and be like, "Wow, that guy's great." He's doing
Yeah.
it for the Royals too.
That's the
His last
problem,
No,
though.
no, no.
6 innings.
He's got like a fucking 70 ERA this year, dude.
He's doing what he did last year, but to a much worse degree. Yeah, he's negative 1.2 WAR. But his last 3 starts, he's gotten 6 innings, 6 innings, 7 innings, 5 earned runs, and 2 of those 3 in the last.
But it fucking drove me crazy because like everyone's like, "Oh, you're so wrong about Lyles. He's so fucking good." Like, shut the fuck up, dude. No, he's
You just
not.
don't see the value, bro.
Yeah, it's like people put more value in like there are actually people that think it's better for a starting pitcher, and again, it's like the old people, like because they're used to Jim Palmer throwing like a complete game every single day, and then like so like they think it's more valuable as a pitcher to throw like they would say if you said pitcher A went 5 innings and gave up 1 run, and pitcher B went 7 and 2/3 and gave up 5 runs, they'd probably say pitcher B was better because he went longer.
That's very similar to the numbers that I was going to go. I was going to go 5 innings, 1 earned run, and 7 innings, 4 earned runs. So
Yeah.
My brain sadly is attracted to the 7 and 2/3 still a little bit. I'm like, stupid, snap out.
I'm not at all, dude. Like, oh, but it saves your bullpen. But nah, dude. If you have a good bullpen, they'll be fine.
Right. Ryan, it is your pick.
I was gonna make a big brain play, but it's not a big brain play. So give me, you know what? Give me Ryan O'Hearn.
Oh, I wanted Brohern.
All right, on that topic, I'm gonna say something. I did shit pretty hard on Ryan O'Hearn.
Yes, you did.
I don't often admit that I'm wrong, and I will say I do genuinely expect him to cool off. But even if he cools off, he's well exceeded my expectations. So, Mr. and Mrs. O'Hearn, this is a rare instance where I will say I was wrong because even if he gets another hit, he's done better than I thought that he would with the Orioles. So I do admit when I make mistakes. Okay.
Well, they've been using him perfectly. Like the platoons against righties, it's been to a T perfection, and he's taking advantage.
Now, on that topic, who do I think would be better going forward between O'Hearn or say like Heston Kjerstad? Of course, I'd take Kjerstad, but I will admit that O'Hearn has made me eat my words, and I will say congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. O'Hearn for your son doing that.
You heard it here first, folks.
Well, we know they're listening.
I know they do. They're big fans of the pod.
Ryan O'Hearn does monitor comments on the Orioles page, so be nice.
You make it sound like he's like a security guard for the
He
comment
monitors
section.
them. Yeah. If he does good, he wants to know that he was being respected in the comment section.
Cole Irvin is like very online as well.
I wish he was better this year so I could like pay any attention.
Yeah.
It's like I don't want to watch my AAA pitchers' social media too hard.
Yeah.
And on that, I'm sorry. What were you gonna say?
You're okay, man. I was just gonna say that he's like I've commented on his Instagram a couple times, and he's always at least like liked my comment pretty much every time.
Yeah, I can appreciate that.
On that topic, Aaron Hicks has as well. Again, I don't expect him to keep it up. I would still much rather Colton Cowser be here, but if he ends up being a fourth outfielder when Mullins comes back, and we could still find a way to get Cowser up here, then sorry, Josh, we can DFA McKenna and he can stay.
The beautiful part is right now you don't even need to DFA him. He can just get sent down.
Okay, well that's even better.
Yep.
Yeah. Hicks, I was not happy about that pickup, but he's actually done better than Mullins was doing in his
Who's the only member of this podcast who was not upset about the Aaron Hicks signing?
It was probably Ryan.
It was me.
I'm taking Jackson Holiday.
I still think Hicks will probably eventually suck, but he has been very good so far.
Probably, but
most likely, but we don't need him to be good for a long time.
I mean, the fourth outfielder is McKenna, whose OPS plus is like under 80. So like the standards weren't too high, and they'll probably just option him and keep Hicks until he's bad, and then Cowser can come up.
Will he though? I hope so, but
well,
I doubt it.
That's the question. We do this every year, but Brad, your pick.
Give me Tyler Wells.
Yeah, can't go wrong there. He's a win machine.
Tyler Swells.
Tyler Swole. Doesn't work. Rin.
No one's taking him. Give me Chadley.
I took him last week, or else I'd take him. Give me Cowser.
Okay, what the fuck? I've literally never followed John Boy. Why? What?
Brad.
Kobe Mayo.
Oh.
Kobe Mayo.
Okay. I was waiting for someone to take the highest scorer from last week. Rin.
Oops. I feel bad. I didn't realize I was on the Talking Birdie account. I was
Tough.
like, what the fuck? I was like, why am I following John Boy? I don't like John Boy. So I unfollowed, and then I was like, oh, that was the Talking Birdie account. Whoops.
I mean, it don't really matter.
Kobe Mayo has a 1.014 OPS. That's probably a bad pick because that's probably going to go down because that's really high.
I don't know. He might get promoted.
Yeah, but it's still probably going to go down because like nobody has a 1.014 OPS. But that's okay. I'm going to stick with it.
Cowser and Westberg are right there.
Westberg actually had a little bit of a rough week last week.
He did have a bad week. Yeah.
He's down into the mid 900s.
Yeah.
Down into the mid 900s. Yeah.
Rin, final pick. You need a pitcher.
You need a pitcher.
I do, yeah. No, I don't. I have Grayson.
Fine.
Okay. You can tell where Ryan's brain is too, because all three of his picks are major league players.
Yeah. Yep. Did I have Heston last week?
You did.
Shit. All right. Didn't give me. All right, it doesn't matter. I need a pitcher anyway, like you just said. Kyle Bradish.
Oh. I already took a picture, so it doesn't matter, but I did like Bradish. I need a major leaguer. Are we home this week?
Well, we are at least against the Mariners. I don't know what happens after that, though.
I'll take Hicks. I was gonna take Urias, but not in Camden.
Yeah, it's a good call. I actually kind of do want to see what the schedule is like after Who'sy what's it? The Mariners.
The Who'sy what's it? Final teams. Ryan has Hayes, O'Hearn, Rutschman, Bradish. Brad has Henderson, Westberg, Wells, Mayo. I have Grayson, Holiday, Cowser, Hicks.
We also have the good fortune of missing. Sorry, we're missing George Kirby and Luis Castillo.
Ooh, nice. Do we get Logan Gilbert?
I mean, we would have to. I would, right? So
we have Gilbert on tomorrow. So we have Gilbert, Mason Miller, who's been really good, and we do get Kirby on the 25th.
Huh? Somebody on Twitter lied then.
Yep.
So
that's actually a tough streak right there. Gilbert, Miller, Kirby.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Mariners. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Reds at home. Nice. Day off, and then Friday the 30th, Twins for 3 at home, and then we go on the road to play the fucking Yankees for 4 games.
How are we already towards the All-Star break? There's only a handful of series left.
Yeah.
This is the last homestand before the All-Star break.
Yeah, that game against the Twins will be the last home game they play before the All-Star break.
Wow. That's crazy.
Wild.
All right. That was fantasy. Brad, do you have any minor league updates you want to run through? There were a couple promotions since our last episode.
Yeah, Cesar Prieto got promoted to AAA. A lot of people thought that meant Westberg was getting promoted to Baltimore. I was not one of those people because I don't fall for that kind of shit. Westberg, Kalser, Kerstad doing really well. As I alluded to, Westberg had kind of a meh week last week, but his OPS still in the mid 900s, so you can't really complain too much about that. Kalser's still over 1,000. Kerstad, small sample size, but he's at 1.1 in AAA.
He was player of the week, wasn't he? For
yeah, yeah. So, it's one of those I can't even get excited about that, considering how much held back these guys are and how much of a log jam there is.
He's like fifth in line to get up here.
I don't expect Kerstad to be a part of the 2023 Orioles.
Mayo had 2 doubles and a home run tonight.
He had 2 doubles and a home run tonight.
Yep.
Let's see. I'm pulling that up right now because, 3 for 5, 2 doubles and a bomb. You're right. Yeah, his OPS is over 1,000. That's another one of those things where the log jam at the big league level has a trickle down effect to where we have a lot of studs in AAA. So Kobe Mayo can't move up to AAA, but he's been killing it in Bowie for almost a year himself. So we'll see what happens with that. That's pretty exciting. He recently cracked the MLB Pipeline Top 100. So congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Mayo. Thank you for listening. Jackson Holiday actually has cooled off a little bit at Aberdeen. That was to be expected considering how good he was doing. But he still got an OPS in the mid 900s, I guess. But it was at like 1.2 for a while. So he's got So, he's cooled off a considerable amount. But Gene Pinto actually finally promoted to Bowie. He's been pretty good at Aberdeen. I say he's been pretty good at Aberdeen for about a year because he struggled, but he's been there for longer. He struggled the first half of last year with the walks. But Gene Pinto, good to see him get promoted. Excited to see how he does in Double-A. Actually, I'm going to circle back before I go on without forgetting. Norfolk actually clinched playoffs because they won the first half. So, boom, we're going for that AAA championship, baby. Let's go.
Did you guys see that like Mullins and Mountcastle were like doing the champagne thing with them?
No,
I did not, but I would love to see pictures of it.
Yeah, I'll get something up.
I love that shit, dude. It's organizational culture, man.
Yep.
So it's cool.
Absolutely.
I remember watching Mullins when he got double demoted in 2019 down to Double-A, being a part of the Bay Sox champagne celebrations when they went to the championship. And I remember thinking, oh, this Mullins guy is actually seeming to turn around a little bit. And sure enough, he turned it around a little bit. So
all right.
Good for him. All right, what?
I'm sharing my screen now. Look at this tweet from my buddy Matt.
This Mountcastle.
Mont. When you did nothing on the group project, but you still get in.
It's true. It's true. It's true. Even on his rehab assignment, he
still doesn't have a hit.
And he's been striking out a lot, so it's not looking great right now. But I don't know.
I thought that tweet was funny.
It's good.
Grayson Rodriguez looks to be getting it together for the Tides. He's been getting the K numbers up. My concern was before he came up to Baltimore, I didn't think he was back to his full self since injury yet. And Ryan and I talked about this a few weeks ago. Ryan was a little more confident that he would dominate AAA when he got sent back down than I was. And it's kind of looking that way now. It was a little bit of a mixed reaction for me his first start because he had 6 shutout innings, but he had a ton of walks in that too. But now he's starting to look a lot better because the K numbers are up and the walks are down. So hopefully he'll be back up here soon and we can see him rock and roll.
So we don't have to watch Cole Irvin anymore.
Yes. I think
a couple weeks.
Yep. And I think Elias is kind of has in the back of his mind, I might have fucked up on that one, but because I don't think he's fully committed to him.
Yeah. DL Hall might get a shot soon. I don't know how well he's pitching in North.
No. They sent him down to
Sarasota.
Extended spring training.
Really? Okay, I didn't see
to spend time in the weight room because his main issue was his velocity was down because he was not able to lift all offseason due to a back injury. So he is down there to basically
weak arm
get ripped. Not just arm, his whole body.
Yeah. But alluding to the weak arm conversation earlier.
And I kind of feel that when I talk about softball because I didn't get to lift for months with my finger, so I feel weaker myself right now and haven't hit nearly as many bombs. So I am the DL Hall of Howard County softball right now.
I hope they get DL right, man, because like the way this bullpen's shaping up right now, we don't really have a reliable lefty. It'd be nice if he's maybe that down the stretch is just that live wire arm.
He's ass. It's not gonna happen.
He is ass.
I could see him as a bullpen arm, but I've pretty much given up hope on him being a starter, unfortunately, which is really sad to say. And I hope I'm wrong on that, like I was about Ryan O'Hearn, and I guess to a point, Aaron Hicks, even though, like I said, I expect them both to cool off, but I'm still kind of wrong about him. So,
boy, his cheeks.
All right, Ryan, take us out of here. Cheeks.
Sorry, man. All right. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed our musings and takes on lots of tomfoolery, lots of I'm too tired to think of more fucking words for that. But we thank you all for sticking with us and for tuning into another episode. And should be back next week, I would think. Right, guys?
Probably a week and a half on that Sunday. I think my Sunday games are done for the most part. To play that by year as well.
All right.
If Wednesdays are good, we might just keep doing this.
That's fine.
Or Thursdays, I mean. Whatever. Thursday's the OG schedule.
Thursday usually won't be good for me. I had a bye week this week and so well for the next month and a half, we might be able to do it because I'm about to be in between spring and fall seasons for league ball anyway. So
okay.
We might be able to do it for a bit, but we'll talk again in mid-August or so.
We're just gonna post randomly. It'll be up to you guys to find
you'll fucking see it when it comes out, okay?
All right. See y'all later.
Bye-bye.